Hi everyone, this is Ms. Ala, the math teacher for grade 2. Today we are going to start a new lesson in chapter 9, lesson number 3. It's about analyze picture graph. Today we will only cover page number 541. So we have 3 objects we need to follow it. The first one, students will use data to create picture graph. The second one, students will analyze data on a picture graph. And the last one, students will learn to draw conclusions using the data in the graphs. Here, what should students understand? We have many things you should understand it at the end of this lesson. The first one is the key on a picture graph tells how many objects each symbol represent. Then you can use the data from a tally chart to make a picture graph, and you can analyze the data in a picture graph to answer questions. And when you analyze the data in a picture graph, it's important to use the key to determine what each symbol represents. Now we need to read the meaning of the picture graph here. You show data with a picture graph. So in the picture graph, we are showing the data using symbols. These symbols are for the data. Now I want you to look at this table here. We have in the top the favorite marble colors. This is the topic of this table. And here we have 2 kinds of the colors, blue and red. And for each one there is circles. These circles or marbles, it represent 1 vote for each student. So here in the blue we have 1, 2, 3 marbles, which means 3 people vote for the blue. And down here also we have 3 marbles, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 also voted for the red. So both of them have the same number of the votes. So the blue have 3 votes and the red has also 3 votes. Now the key tells how many each symbol stands for. The key, this one down, we called it a key. It represents for each picture graph. This tells us how many each symbol stands for. Now let's look for this question here. Use the tally chart to make a picture graph. So we have a tally chart, and here also we have a picture graph. Here in the tally chart, as we talked before, we have the kind of the animals, which are the birds, cats and dogs. And here we have the tally marks. The tally marks represent 1 person for each, and we draw a line for 1 tally marks. So here if you count the tally marks here, the total is 4. And for the cat, 2 people vote. And for the dogs, 5 people vote. As you can see here, the 5, we draw it as 4 lines, and the 5th one cross them all. This is how the tally chart look like. Now if I want to transfer this information to the picture graph here, they wrote for us the favorite animal on the top, and on the left here we have the kind of the animals, which is birds, cats and dogs. Now I cannot draw lines here to represent the voted, or each one how many vote. So I have key down. They told us each animal it has 1 vote. I want to draw here pictures or marbles for each vote. Now for the bird, it's written for us here, it has 4. So I'm gonna to draw here 4 circles. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And for the cat in the tally chart, we have 2. So I'm gonna to transfer it here as a marbles for the cat, and I'm gonna to draw 2 circles, 1 and 2. And for the dog we have 5 people. So I'm gonna to draw here 5 marbles, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is how we transfer the information from the tally chart to the picture graph. Now here we have favorite dinners, and we have 4 kinds of the dinners. We have spaghetti, tacos, chicken, and meatloaf. And here we have a pictures or a food for each kind of the dinners. Now we need to count each one how many it has. Let's count the spaghetti. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the spaghetti, it has 4. Let's see the tacos. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 also voted for the tacos. Let's see the chicken, how many they have. 1, 2. So we have 2 for the chicken. And for the meatloaf, we have 1. Now we have a question down. It says that which dinner is the least favorite? Which one is the least? Be careful, the least, which means the fewer. Which one of these is the least? It's number 1. Excellent. So which kind is meatloaf? So this is the answer. That was our lesson for today. I hope you enjoy it, and you should remember always that the picture graph, we draw a marbles, or you can draw stars, you can draw pencils, whatever you want to represent each thought of that kind. See you tomorrow when we will complete our lesson, inshallah. Thank you for listening.